Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I am the creator and author of the Get Resultsology system and a dedicated accountability coach. My mission is to empower solopreneurs to unlock their true potential, boost their income, and achieve extraordinary success by maximizing productivity, streamlining their businesses, and aligning their goals with their authentic vision and purpose. If you're ready to turn ambition into action and transform your goals into reality, you're in exactly the right place. This week on the Goalbusters podcast, I'm joined by Andréa Jones, a marketing mentor on a mission to help business owners thrive without burning out. With a passion for blending strategy and sustainability, Andréa turns marketing woes into wins, creating space between the hustle and the soft life. Join us today as we journey into insights, inspiration, and a fresh perspective on marketing with mindfulness. Andréa, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Robin.
It's my absolute pleasure. Whereabouts in the world are you, Andréa?
I am in Canada near Niagara Falls, so right across the border there from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, great. You must have good soundproofing then if you're near the floors. I can't hear them from here.
Yes, though we do get quite a bit of snow. It's snowing right now, actually.
Oh, really? Wow. That
Yep.
sounds, I'm going to say it sounds lovely, but snow's horrible after the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's only lovely from inside the house.
Absolutely. It's not nice to be out in this. Yeah. Right. Moving on. Shall we get on with the questions, Andréa?
Let's do it.
Perfect. I'll start the clock. It's 5 questions in 7 minutes. We'll get the clock going. And there it goes. Andréa, please, let's talk about what you do. So first, who is your ideal client, please?
My ideal client is an online business owner. Typically, they offer services or digital products, and they usually have a very full life. I'm talking kids or aging parents or, chronic illness. They have things in their life that make it very challenging to go about marketing, digital marketing in a traditional way. Those are my favorite clients to work with.
Yeah, mine too. That's terrific. Thank you. Brilliant. So what exactly is the problem that you solve, please? Because I take it you're probably not a childminder as a photographer.
No. So I think with this particular client, there's so much that's potentially that you can do with marketing, right? You can start a YouTube channel, you could do a podcast, you can be on TikTok, you can be on Instagram. What about, X, formerly known as Twitter? Should I even think about Blue Sky? So there's so many options. And a lot of online marketing coaches kind of teach you their one way, right? So they join a program and they're like, oh, this coach says I should be on YouTube, and then take my YouTube clips and put them as Instagram reels, and away we go. Except once you start getting into it, you realize how time intensive it is, or you realize it doesn't match your preferences, or, there's a whole number of things you don't have time to implement those strategies. And so that's a big problem that I help my people solve by creating marketing strategies, usually very focused on community and specifically social media, that align with their preferences and the amount of time that they have to commit to their marketing based on, everything else happening in their lives.
Absolutely. I call them time-eating monsters, and every strategy has that. And you really do have to get clear about what you're doing. So that's great. Perfect. Thank you. So then what is one valuable free action that the audience could implement that will help them solve that problem, please, Andréa?
Yeah. So the biggest thing I think when I think about marketing is making sure that your marketing strategies are aligned with your preferences. And so I think a lot of times we look at, the potential of what's possible without considering ourselves. So I was working with someone recently who was trying to do TikTok. Come to find out, she is not great at video. She doesn't even want to do video, even though her content would really take off on TikTok. Like I could easily see how she would be viral on TikTok. And I see why past people have suggested that for her. But it was so challenging for her to create one video that actually Threads was a better option for her. She's better at text, little quippy things that she can post in between, daycare drop-offs and, making dinner for the kiddos. And so that strategy worked really well for her. She's booking podcasts, speaking engagements. She just got an offer to speak at a summit from Threads. And so she's seeing results much faster by leaning into her preferences. And that's why I consider myself platform agnostic. So it's a really free action you could take to think about, what are my preferences? And then we can think about like what platform you can, go to, or what strategy you could apply based on where you naturally lie as like a human first, and then a business owner second.
I absolutely adore that. And if I was writing a book on marketing, I would have to steal that and write a chapter on it. Platform agnostic. I love that.
Yes.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
Yes.
So now we know a little bit more about what you do. Let's talk about goal busting, meaning how do you make the best use of your productive time, Andrea, to achieve your own business goals? So the question is, can you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their own productive habits, please?
Yes, this is one of my favorite things to talk about too when it comes to marketing, because again, when we look at kind of like the traditional marketing advice, it's like, oh, post this many times on this platform. But one of the things that's really helped my productivity and the productivity of the people I work with is, instead of focusing on output based tasks, we're focusing in on time based tasks. So what that means is, instead of saying, this week I want to post 5 times to Facebook, we're saying this week I want to spend 1 hour crafting my Facebook content. And so that time-based commitment actually makes it a lot easier to adjust as platforms adjust, to allow your creativity to flow, and also to give you that satisfaction of, I did it. Because one of the human things that we do, especially like as adults, we want to be perfect, and we don't really want to have to take a long time to get to that perfection, right? Kids will like fall down, get back up a million times, they're fine. Adults, if we fall down once or twice, we're like, I'm done, I'm never doing this again. And so if we try to, write 5 Facebook posts or do whatever, and then it takes us hours and hours of time and all this research, and we do that, once or twice, and we don't see results, then we tend to shy away and go, this isn't for me. So instead of focusing on the number of posts, I want to focus on the time. And what happens is, generally speaking, over time, you end up getting better. And so the first couple of times you do it, maybe it's only 1 or 2 posts. But as you start building up that muscle, as you put in the reps, you're actually going to start getting up to the point where you can do 3, 4, 5 posts at a time. And so that actually increases your productivity, because you're getting the positive signals to your brain, like, yes, I did this, and you'll keep going.
I love that. And that's such a comprehensively thought through answer as well. And so such good advice. In fact, in a moment, I may share with you my own little insight into that. But before we do that, what I'd really love to know today is, what should I have asked you that I didn't? And your answer, please, Andrea.
Yes. So I think a lot of times when we think about marketing, specifically social media, we think about the media piece, like creating content. But the word social comes first. And I do think it's more important when it comes to our like space as business owners in the digital world. And so when I talk about time-based strategies, I want us to think about making sure we set aside equal, if not more, time on the social piece, instead of focusing too much on the media piece. Especially with the way that the algorithms are today, they're really smart. So if your content is connecting with people, the algorithm will show it to more people. But a lot of times we need to be social, not only to build community, but also to get, like, we have the unique ability to have eyes and ears on the ground of what people's challenges are, what their pain points are, what their, pie in the sky dreams are. And so social first, media second.
I love that. And look at that. Wow, right on the nose as well with the timing. So the little bit I wanted to share with you is, you were talking about in your tip about time versus quantity and content, etc. It reminded me of when I set out. I knew I wanted to do 8 YouTube videos, little information videos, and I foolishly thought, eight videos, I can probably do that, knock that out in a week or 2. 8 videos took me 8 weeks.
Yep.
8 weeks. I couldn't believe how long they took to make. They were only little 10-minute videos, but each one took a week to do. And no matter how good I got at producing them and the software and so on, it still always turned out to be a week to do each one. So I really wish I'd listened to you all that time back and just said, you know what, I'm going to do as much as I can do in a week, and then that's it, on to the next thing.
Yeah. I think the weird thing about that is we then beat ourselves up over it. Like, we feel so bad. Like, someone else could do 8-bit videos in 2 weeks. Why can't we, So I think it's a very human experience.
Yes, and unfortunately, it's time I'll never get back, and I still regret it to this day. It's just one of those things, but it happens all the time, and that's the point you were making. It's not. I mean, that's my own illustration, but I got many more, many more. And Andréa, that's been great. And one final question for you is, how can people reach you? How can they get in touch with you? I know you have a website. Perhaps you'd like to share that. And a really cheeky question is there like a valuable free resource they can pinch off you, get off you on your website? Because we'll put that on the video and also add a link to it in everything that goes out with the podcast.
Yeah, so you can find me everywhere at Online Drea. That's online DREA. That's the short version of my name. And on my website, I do have a free resource, especially if you resonated with the time versus post output. It's called the Social Media Reset Challenge. It's a free 7-day challenge that will take you through a reframing process on how we, like the human behind the business, perceive our marketing, and so that we can flip it from dragging our feet feeling negative about it towards feeling positive about it. So you can find that at onlinedrea.com/reset. It's also on the homepage of the website, onlinedrea.com.
That's awesome. Just what the marketing doctor ordered. I will be sending for a copy of that as well. Andréa, it's been an absolute pleasure and a joy. Thank you for being on our podcast today. So I will say thank you and goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. This has been great.
Yes, it has. I agree. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.